Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. They're going to try an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Davis will throw. They're bringing heat. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands, what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. They'll try the jet sweep to pick up the 1st down. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. They'll leave it with him. They wrestle him down after he picks up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions, and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it, he has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know, he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
Will they keep it on the ground again here on 3rd down? Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Tackled, but he has a 1st down.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Pulls it in. It's Frazier. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. And it's caught inside the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia!
And how about the bomb, the long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
And the extra point is good. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll be brought down quickly. That's always the risk when you bring it out of the end zone. Do you make it to the 25 or not? This case, not. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Davis looking to pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moore. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Breaking out the jet sweep. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And that's great defense to stop him short of the first down. It's so hard with a guy that fast to create the right angles, to make sure I keep the ball inside, and then everybody's got to run to the football. Great job by the defense.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. He tries to take the top off. And the pass hits, picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Well, that essentially ends up being a punt for the offense. 3rd down, you're taking a deep shot, and because you were able to make the tackle relatively quickly after the guy picked it off, it's essentially just flipping the field.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Tuggle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Now sliding to his left. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Yeah, and the QB decided to take it himself. He got a little bit of pressure, you could see, and decided to take off, scramble, and couldn't get the first down. And now it's 4th down decision time. No matter where it is on the field or what the distance is, you know there's a chance. We still might go for it.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Fair catch, called for and made. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And they'll get enough for the 1st down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the 1st quarter.
Michigan 10, Georgia 7.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Evans. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Texas looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field like Bevo in the pregame. They're up 14 over Cal. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the run. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But They got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him, let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that first down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football, but I love it because it caught the defense off guard, able to get a nice one there.
So now they're staring at a 2nd and long from their 20. Trying to impose their will with the run. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking down the middle. He's got it. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Pick up of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest and pound that rock.
Yards away from another 3rd down conversion on this drive. They're already 2 for 2. Flushed out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that 1st down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
And that is a huge play in terms of field position. Nice job by the punter. And how about the Gunners getting downfield to down that ball?
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Tuggle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
They're trying to get the receiver on a drag route and work him through all the bodies in traffic, but there's just too much happening. I don't think he saw the throw real well, and it falls incomplete.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt. He lets one fly deep. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
It's a reverse. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Buckley. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to get the corner. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9.
And you see in the red zone, all the bodies start to come inside. And a lot of times you try to find a way to get to the perimeter. This offense does a good job. They toss the football. Nice job by the defense. Now forcing a 3rd down.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll turn to the jet sweep to try to convert. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. finds his tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Takes it from the gun on third down. Fires to the big fella. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Makes a connection. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. And the defense got it. Still on his feet at the 45. Touchdown, Michigan. Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did.
And how about this defense making plays? Not only do you force the fumble, the awareness to scoop it up. Understand the difference between trying to jump on it but pick it up and make a play. They make a play. And this offense, they have not put together a lot of scoring drives, and now they give up points on the other end. They got to get it together.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
He'll throw on third down. Got him downfield. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got his man downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
You know, they went QB design run, but there just was nowhere for the quarterback to go. He couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose a yard.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throws to the tight end. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Trying to get behind the defense. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. That should be the final play of the first half. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
It's 2nd down.
And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Wolverines will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
On second down, just keeps firing. Makes the grab. It's Frazier. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Really nice job by the defense. Here in the second half, they've got to have the mentality with the lead. We just don't give up any more points. We get the double. We got to make big plays on third down. They made a big one there.
He's got great speed. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This is like a gift to have starting field position like this, Jesse.
You're absolutely right. It's ideal. And, David, they practice this. Sudden change.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Texas is painting an offensive masterpiece so far. It's been like a Bob Ross masterclass. They're up by 27 over Cal. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The back goes in motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tuggle. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot. It takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that... The same page for this big down.
In other schools around the country, Slippery Rock 75.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree. Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Got a man. It's Tuggle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking to throw for it. Safe completion on the screen. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the 1st down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the 1st. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Off the play fake on 1st down. And he's going to go down at the 1.
And it's a little close, a little too close for comfort, but I'll tell you what, a quarterback's got to be aware, right? When they're taking shots or they're throwing the football close to their own end zone, got to know where they're at so they don't give up the safety. Good job by the quarterback. I'd like him to get rid of the football next time, but at least he didn't take the safety.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And that's not my play call on this part of the field, Jesse. I don't love giving it to a guy so deep in the backfield, so close to my end zone where a lot of things could go wrong, but they created a little bit of space and at least got a positive gain out of it.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Got a lot of running room. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. How about this change? Play it safe, don't make a mistake deep in your own end. Suddenly you're in plus territory and on the attack.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking for room. It's Edwards. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Frazier. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Evans. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that end run.
Trying to find his man on first down. The sure hands, it's Tuggle. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter.
Michigan 31, Georgia 17.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Makes the grab. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
And the Dogs are threatening on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Quick strike complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give him a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
And the extra point draws them closer. It's 31-24. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. OU, oh my. Oklahoma is putting on a show offensively today. They just simply can't be stopped. They're up by 24 over UTEP. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Wide out in motion. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Michigan.
Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Keep it on the ground. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Trying play action. Looking to scramble. Fires downfield. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed.
First and 10.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football. Had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the 4th quarter. Time to go win it.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. That's caught. It's Tuggle. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
They dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Catch in the middle. It's Evans. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the 4th. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bell. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires deep on the run. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I get it. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie game. I need to go out and make a play offensively. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to be on the sideline now after that interception. As a quarterback, I'm like, please, defense, please go out there and bail me out. Give me another
Going to let it fly. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Huge moment coming here as they try to punch it in and quiet this crazy, raucous crowd. Give to the running back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Just feeds the running back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It is good. There's a lot of of celebrating going on over there after taking the lead, but there is still time on the clock. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And if you list the priorities here, Jesse, first thing, get your kicker into his comfort zone.
It's a balance here between being conservative and being aggressive. You know that a field goal obviously puts you in a position to win this game, but, David, I don't hate being aggressive here either.
No, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm not leaving it up to my kicker if I have a choice. I trust my offense. I make the plays I know I can make. I watch the clock, but I stay aggressive.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to go up top on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.